Hey guys, welcome back to the Malabash Spotlight Show. Today we are so honored to have Ashton Martin with us today. He is a up-and-coming rapper and has some amazing music out. We're just really excited and honored to have him. Thanks so much for making the time, Ashton. It's great to have you on the show.
Man, of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Well, I'm so excited. You've got some really great music out, and we're gonna pull up a little bit of it so you guys can see some of the sneak peek of it. And it's really inspiring. It's really cool, and I'd love to know more about like where it came from. And I've gotten to talk to Ashton a little bit, and it's just a really great story. So I love for you guys to learn a little bit about Ashton, how he got into his rapping and music, and what was the inspiration. So take it away, Ashton. Tell us a little bit about how you got into it.
Yeah, so originally I was kind of born into a musical family. So like my dad was a songwriter, my auntie was a singer, my grandmother was a singer in the choir as well. And so I was really born into a musical environment. For me, what made me kind of like take my own path and began writing and songwriting was really just a way of therapy in a sense. As like my preteens, a way of dealing with what I was dealing with at the time period and expressing myself. So it started as a form of expression, and then like I kind of realized the influence that comes with music. So that really made me take a totally different direction and really like want to tell my story and like relate to others.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just popping up your bio on the bottom here, but it's really inspiring that you came from a musical family and that you are continuing that on. And how does your family feel about you continuing on with their whole tradition?
Man, it's amazing. I think for some of them it kind of caught them by surprise because a lot of people in my family, even though I grew up in a musical environment, they didn't even
Mm.
know that I was into music until like I was older. So it's kind of a surprise, but then at the same time it's like they're very proud of everything that I do. So the ones that do support, I'm always appreciative of them. I'm big on family, so it means a lot to me.
Oh, that's so great. That's awesome. What a great inspiration. I love it. It's always good to have, family to back you up and be there for you. So that's really fantastic. And we're going to pull up a little bit of Ashton's, one of his singles. And I'm excited for you guys to get to see this and listen to a little bit of it. And then I'll have the sound go down, and Ashton can tell us a little bit about the whole process,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
music
yeah.
video, and the inspiration behind the song as well, because that's a whole new world there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this guy up here so that we can get to see a little bit of behind the scenes. Right. I think I can. There's like a noise that's kind of like pulsating. I just want to make sure that you can't hear that. I just don't want that to ruin. All right, so let's go ahead. If you guys can't hear that noise, I'm gonna go ahead and get the video started, and we're gonna listen to a little bit of it, and then I'll have it go down, and Ashton can share with us a little bit more about, the whole inspiration behind the movie and behind his music that he's created here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah, I got you, I got you.
Hey, whatever you need, man, I'm there. I'm just trying to bring this W to the team. Already, it's up.
I'm trying to win me a chip for the. I'm back with a bitch, back on the mission. Back how they thought I was back on the bitch. Back up my tracks with no stride of the fist. Back with my clutch couldn't grab my attention. I was too gas from the tracks I was whipping. Now I look back and I'm happy I did it. Clean up my conscience from all that ties. It's got in my back and I got out my fist. This for the W, this for the ring. I'm tryna win me a chip for the team. I'm tryna win me a chip for the team. I'm tryna win me a chip for the team. Thinking we sleeping, it ain't what it seems. I'm tryna win me a chip for the team. I'm tryna win me a chip for the team. I'm tryna win me a chip for the yeah. Who you think that they giving the ball to? Every time it go up, it's gon' fall through. 2-3 on their head, we gon' all shoot. I got dressed, but I ball like I'm ball too. 2 folks what they see when I crawl through. Rockin' purple while counting the ball blues. Heard they surfing the way that I calls to. Know it's irking they brain, but it's all true. I'm good in the fourth, couldn't be more. I'ma go hard like the wood on the floor. Watching my pivot, my foot in the door. The intake what was given, I knew it was more. Wasn't satisfied with the less. Had to strategize for the set. I seen sad times and I bet it prepare my mind for what's next.
Tell us a little bit about this, Ashton. Uh-oh. I can't hear you again. I can't hear you. Our sound is not working with us today. It's just a second here. There we go. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
So W was actually one of the first tracks that I recorded for Golden Child, and it's really like the base and theme of the whole project. So within the last, I'll say 2 years, I had experienced like just life things like death, dealing with grief, dealing with just the COVID situation, just a lot of things that at a period of stretching, it kind of took me outside of my element, took me outside of who I felt like I was. And then now I had recently, I say this was around September when I created a track. I felt like I was back in my space again, and that track came out. So growing up, I used to play sports, so I played basketball a lot. And it's a lot of basketball references when you listen to it, because I feel like life is like a game, you know what I'm saying? But not just one game, it's like seasons. So it's like you go through different seasons in life. Sometimes it's wins, sometimes it's losses. And then like you get to the point where it's like the championship game. Everything's on the line, but all that you practice and all of the work that you put in is come up to this moment. So that's kind of like was my mindset when going into that track. The video, shout out to Janice for us. Nisi J, she filmed, directed, and edited. She's a part of AME as well. But we were actually in Miami for my birthday. So my birthday is November the 10th. That's when we shot it, and I think we released it somewhere in December. So it was like really just a good time, a good feeling. We just had fun, just doing it, like just had fun with it. That was like the biggest thing with this video. But that was kind of like the base start and a base theme for what Golden Child became and what it is now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I've listened to it multiple times, and it's just a really cool, take one for the team and just, getting out there. And it's like a way of saying that I'm making the way for myself, but I'm also taking it for the team and bringing them along with me, which is really cool. And I absolutely love that. It's just a really inspiring, piece. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And Ashton, thanks for, creating such amazing music and everything. Now, tell us a little bit about like some of your other pieces that you have created, and where can people find you? I also wanted to ask you a little bit about your international that you've done as well. But tell us a little bit about some of your other songs and your inspiration.
So I'll start with the easiest way to find me is it's Ashton Martin on all platforms, from the music platforms to the social platforms. It's Ashton Martin. It's another thing, a way to keep updated with everything that I have going on is we have a text message service where if you text AME to 850-754-1956, it'll literally keep you updated with everything that I release. But yeah, so with the processing the pieces, so like I said, that's part of an EP. So the full EP is entitled Golden Child. It's 4 tracks, and the theme behind it is having a lot based off of W, but in itself, even the name Golden Child is speaking on like being chosen or being like one of the chosen or purposeful people in your environment, your family, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And gold itself is also a well refined metal. It goes through fire, a lot of pressure, and then it comes out to be one of the most precious metal that there is on earth. So I just put that together with being the golden child. It's a lot of references in that. Um, and it's another video that's a part of that as well, entitled "Shine Your Light," which is the last track off the EP. It's also on my YouTube channel. It's Ashton Martin, which is more of like a heartfelt song. I actually dedicated that one to my grandparents that passed within the last 2 years. So they played a big role in my life and the reason why I even stepped into music in the first place. So I felt like it was on the right to dedicate something to them.
That's so special. I love it. And I'm sure they appreciate that a lot too.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
what is your, tell us a little bit about your international. I was looking on your profile, and
Yeah.
I had to ask about your international acceptance into the hip hop world. So how did that go for you?
So it was amazing. It was also a culture shock because I come from a small town from Marietta, Florida, which is not big at all. It's in the panhandle of Florida. But going even to a big city for me was different. In 2019, I released a project entitled Solid, and it was speaking on my first time stepping into the role of being full time music. And I went through a lot of trials with that, all the way from losing everything to being homeless. But my wife, as well as my manager, while we were creating that project, she asked me, "What did you want to do with it?" And I said, "I wanted to tour," and she said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said, "I want to go international." And I didn't think nothing of it. I was just saying it at the time, like, yeah, I just want to go international. It would be nice to go international. But we actually made it happen, and it was all on us, independent, just based off of the work that we put in and the connections that we made. We were able to do that. So on the Solid tour, we hit up Toronto, Canada, Winnipeg, Canada, the Netherlands, as well as Cannes, France. Which we also went
Wow.
through Paris, France as well. But it's like it's a totally different acceptance over there. It's two sides to it, I'll say. So one side is like it's crazy because like overseas, it amazes me how much they know about us and how little we know about them. I think that was the first like culture
Interesting.
shock. It was like they
Yeah.
know all of the music. They even can speak our language. It's a lot of
Yeah.
people that you run into when you speak English and they're speaking like full blown English and you're surprised, but you can't speak their language. It kind of almost makes you feel like ignorant in a sense, because we
Yeah.
don't really know about their culture. So a lot of the stuff was a surprise to me. Um, and then they're also very accepting of newer artists. I'll say even more so than over here. They really are
Wow.
acceptance, and they like to be the first to know what's the upcoming, what's the new. So that was like one of my greatest experiences, especially performing wise too, because especially in Cannes, France, I'll say to this day that was like
Yeah.
one of my greatest performances because it felt like it was a lot of people there, and it felt like it was almost a high and everybody was acceptance. And I didn't even, my full set wasn't even like full energy. Like some of it was like very intimate, and to have that many people and to start, I started my set off with something that was intimate like that, and to have everybody like really receive it, it was like an amazing feeling. So yeah, that was a vibe for sure.
That's amazing. How cool is that? And Canes is actually one of the homes of the biggest film festivals. So I mean, that's just amazing that you got to be there too for that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's huge. And what a cool insight too. A lot of times most of the time they do know more about us than we know about them, and it is humbling. It's
yeah,
and they can speak so many different languages, and they have more access to it because they're closer. But still, and we don't have an excuse. It's amazing. It is very humbling
yeah.
to experience that for sure. But what a cool story. What are some things that you've run into that you haven't necessarily expected with your film career? I mean, your music career, film career, with filming for the music videos and everything. What are some things that you've run into that you didn't expect or didn't weren't aware of that were part of the whole process?
Well, I'll say the first thing is the music business itself. Like I didn't expect the music business to be the way it is. but in a
Yeah.
sense, it's kind of like it's just like a lot of like what I hear about a lot of other businesses. It's very cutthroat. It's very like if you're not grounded in what you are and what you believe in, and not believing in yourself, you could easily fall victim to
Yeah.
a lot of traps that's out there in the music business. So that was one thing I didn't expect. No one told me about that side of the music business. And I'll
Yeah.
say just being exposed as a person and putting your life on display is another thing I didn't expect. It's sometimes it can get a little overwhelming because I'm me as a person, I'm an introvert, so I already don't like people all in my space. I already don't like displaying a lot of stuff about myself. But as an artist, you almost have to display, because people don't know who you are. So people have to find out who you are. You have to put something out there. So it made me even learn how to be able to like express myself not only through music, but like talking to people and like interacting with people and just putting myself out there. But it also in a good way, it made me transparent. It made me be very, very transparent and able to be even more transparent in my music, because no matter what, we're all humans. So even at a base level of emotion, somebody's going to be able to relate to what you put out there. But yeah, it's a lot of things I'll say in the music business that I can do without that I'm very
Yeah.
cool on, but it's necessary. It's part of the process. You know.
Yeah, it's a frustrating part of the process for sure. It is, yeah, it is cutthroat for sure. And you blazed a huge trail. You've even started your own company. Tell us a little bit about AME and your
Yeah.
your company that you got. I mean, you're a CEO. You've got a team. This is so cool. Not only have you
Yeah.
gone into the music world, which is cutthroat, the business side is cutthroat. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I want to say it was 2019 as well, when we started AME. And I have a slogan usually, especially like when you come to my live set, I always started off, if you know me, you know it's AME, because I represent that. Even though you may see me as a solo individual, no matter what, I'm always representing my team, just like in W. I'm always any decision that I make are not only for myself. I know that they're affecting everyone that's around me. So I kind of keep that in mind, and it keeps me humble, and it keeps me decisive in what I do. So AME stands for Ashton Entertainment. Me and Dakiria, we started it together. The goal and the mission really is to bring quality music to motivate everything that's around us. With that, we also started a merch line, which we just recently dropped some new merch. I'm not wearing it today. This is our basic AME shirts. But we just started some new merch that we're putting out there as well. And we're just continuing with that. But with it's also like another part with the community engagement. It stands for Wait, Motivate, Educate, and that's like our community side of what we want to do in outreach. So that's AM in a nutshell. We're like a group of creative individuals that like to all express our gifts and come together and do it as one. So it's me, Ashton Martin, my wife and manager, Dakiri Stevens, Janice Russ, who directed the video that you just shown, and then we have another artist, One Drew, that's a part. So shout out to the team, AME. So when you see the purple and black, that's what it stands for.
I love it. It's so catching. It's just a great brand. Like it's a great
Thank you,
logo. I mean, you guys have done really good with it. So it goes along with your
thank you.
music, and you got a great team too. I've been watching, like, kind of stalking you guys. So it's a great team. So good job, everybody. I love it. It's good to see a good, cohesive, strong, encouraging team that pushes and helps to keep everything going, because you need the support. It is cutthroat, it
Facts.
is difficult. So
Yeah.
it's really great to have that, and have all the help you possibly can get.
Yes, because even
um,
on the
so
independent
wait,
level, people don't realize it's a team. No matter what, you need people to support you.
exactly,
Even if you're independent, it's a lot that goes into this. It's impossible for one person
exactly.
to do it all.
Yeah, you can't make it on your own. I mean, even the big people of the world that have come and gone, they had somebody behind them that helped them get there and
Oh yeah, for sure.
encouraged them. So that's just as important. That's awesome. Where can we find your music?
Yeah, so I'm on all music platforms, iTunes, Spotify, anything that music is shared on under It's Ashton Martin. So you just put in It's Ashton Martin. I have several projects that's out there. The most recent is Golden Child. Definitely just go through and give a listen. I also say I like to be very versatile in my sound. So it may be some things that might surprise you. That have a sound that you might even think that I may not bring. So definitely just go check it out. Definitely go stream and purchase Golden Child, but definitely tap into some of my past work as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And what are some things that you would share with people that are trying to get into the music field?
First, I would say before you even put yourself out there, know what you want to do. Like know
Mhm.
like who you are as a person and know where you want to go with it. I'll say that because it's easy to get lost. You know what I'm saying? And putting different things out there and going in different directions. Sometimes you can get caught up. But I would say first and foremost, know who you are. What do you want to put out there? Like what do you want to represent you? What do you want to because it kind of takes on a life of its own. Like when you put music out there, when you put your brand out there, it's gonna take its own life. So you want to make sure that that's something that you actually want to represent. Second thing I would say, find a team. Find a team, man. And it doesn't have to be like finding the professionals. Like find somebody that you know is that supports what you're doing, that's good in a certain field and connect with them on that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it may not be somebody that you're gonna work with every single time, but you definitely want to have a go-to person for everything that you need. So as a music artist, you know you're gonna need your graphics, you know you're gonna need your videos, you know you're gonna need your media, like social media. If you're not good with that yourself, you're gonna have to seek somebody out that's can at least help you or guide you along with those things. So these are three important things as an artist these days that you need. Merchandise is important. Shows, how to get into shows, where to go do shows at. These things are important because along with your recordings that you're gonna do, you also gonna have the stage presence is important as well. Like we always say, it's the difference between a recording artist and a performing artist. They're two totally different things, and you have to work both crafts. And then of course, work your craft. Make sure that you're a master of your craft. Put those 10,000 hours into recording and performing and making sure that you're sharp as possibly can be. Because when it comes to time, you ain't gonna have time to kind of like get ready. You got to be ready at all times. Like if the right person puts their ear to you, you always got to be able to have something boom right then and there for them. So these some gems right here for sure.
That's awesome. And it's so true. I mean, you have that team, we've talked about that, and to have, um, make sure that you have everything that solid of what you're representing. Because if you're not, I mean, it's going to be a really wishy washy. You're not going to last long because you're going to get attacked for everything that you do. And you have to have some sort of grounds to go back to and be like, this is my why. Like, this is why I'm doing this. Because not everybody's going to agree. Not everybody's going to go along. It's going to be a rough journey. And for you in the, music industry, it's extremely cutthroat. It's
Yeah.
not for the faint of heart. And so that's a really great, some very good keys, guys, for those who are getting into any field, but especially if you want to get into music. It's really it's really rough. So it's good to know what your brand is and what you're going to represent. And that team is amazing to have, especially if you're not good with something. Hire somebody or find somebody that'll support you, and they'll be good for the other parts too, to help kind of fill in the gaps. So yeah, I'm here for that.
For sure.
um, what is your dream gig? What would you ideally want to perform at? Or I know you've gotten some good experience so far, but what is your dream gig?
Oh man, I got a couple of those. Coachella, Rolling Loud, any of those big festivals. Those are like I love festivals in general. Those are my favorite performances overall. Any of the big festivals that are like in LA or in South Florida or in like New York that they have, I definitely love to be a part of one of those. Um, I have a lot of like as well interview gigs, like dream interviews that I have. It's literally too many to name, but I would definitely love to do a Genius because I feel like I feel like I'm a genius, and it's very in depth with what I write. I would literally have to like break it down, step by step. And I love a platform because they do that. Um, but yeah, I think Coachella and Rolling Loud are like my two top that I would love to perform at. Um, yeah, and others would be like venues. Like I would love to do an arena. I think that's every artist's biggest dream to do an arena.
Cool. Well, I have faith that your team and you will definitely get to all of those for sure. So I'm really excited, and you've got some cool fans out here already that are cheering you on. So it's great to see that, which I assume is a lot of your team.
Yes, yes. Love it.
That's
Shout out to my
awesome.
team, man. I love y'all.
Love it. What are some last things that you'd love to share with everybody, that we haven't covered? It's anything, like the floor's open. Go for it. What would you like to share?
One thing that I always say, which is most important, is always be yourself. If I
Mm,
don't leave nothing else or you don't take anything else from me, just take that. Just always be yourself because I feel like we're all created to what we were supposed to be. And the closest you stay to that element, the closest you're gonna be to your purpose on this earth. And just stay strong and stream Ashton Martin. It's Ashton Martin. Stay tuned for what AME has. And if you know me, you know it's AME. I love y'all.
yeah, absolutely. Guys, definitely find Ashton and connect with him. Start working. I mean, honestly, it's the best idea to get in with helping upcoming artists, upcoming business people, because they will be the future of the world eventually. Because that's what makes for the world. So don't ever disc people that have the beginnings, because they will be the ones that are the giants soon. So definitely reach out, see how you can support, see how you can help, how you can get involved, listen, share. He's got some great music out. It's really fun. I'm a huge hip hop person. I just absolutely love it. It's my jam. So I love rap and all that stuff. So I personally love it. I know you guys will too. So definitely go check it out and follow. Um, and I'm just gonna pop a couple more of your fans up here really quick. Just some great support out there, guys. I love it. Well, thanks so much, Ashton. It has been such a pleasure having you. I'm gonna keep an eye out on you because I know you're gonna be going places, and just here to support in any possible way I can. Guys, follow him, reach out, connect. I'm going to pop up his social and his website back up here again. Definitely follow along and see where it goes in the journey. Listen to his music. So, all right, guys, we're going to pop off here for the day. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Ashton, like I said, thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it a
Of
lot.
course. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys, well, take care, and we'll see you back here next time on the Malabash Media Spotlight.